Wait a minute, I hear something.
Dr. Stoopid! Dr. Stoopid, Blueberry Gills! Dr. Stoopid! Dr. Stoopid, yeah!
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Dr. Movie, your favorite show that's done while I'm driving. Matter of fact, things may sound a little differently this episode because, or for the next few episodes, because I'm in a different vehicle. I'm driving across multiple states and wanted to take the opportunity to continue our stupid movie club. And I don't know that it gets any more stupid than our movie for today. And I'm not saying that in the negative way. We are talking about Hamburger, the motion picture. This is another one of those that I caught at a very young age. This came out in 86, so I saw this when I was 16, 17. Me and some buddies. And, there's quotable lines in here that nobody should really quote. But we did anyways, because we were young and stupid. This is pretty much the equivalent of Police Academy, just done in the fast food world. And I mean, that's basically it. Like I said, 1986 puts you right in the middle of everything. Comedy/teen movie. I don't see where this is a teen movie at all. I guess because, well, I mean, that's... Who else would want to watch a movie called Hamburger the Motion Picture, I guess? But teens from the 80s. So yeah, okay, maybe that's why it's called it. But it is not a teen movie because there's not any real teenagers in this. Let's see. A synopsis: a college goof-off inheritance hangs on a diploma, so he studies fast food at Buster Burger U. That's right. There's a college that you go to learn to run a fast food franchise. That's what we're going with here, and you can't stop me. Let's see here. Do we have other information? Directed by Mike Marvin. Not exactly sure. Let's see what Mike Marvin has to offer. Hey, he did The Wraith. Okay, I'm in. I can't say that necessarily makes sense. He did Six Pack. Remember Six Pack? Shannon Story, my buddy, if he's listening, he knows Six Pack. We talked about this quite a bit with the great Kenny Rogers in it, right? So there you go. I mean, I don't need to look at anything else. That gives you enough credentials in my book that you've done The Wraith and Six Pack. You're rolling in my kind of territory. So cool. Do we have a why to watch? It'd be hilarious if we had a why to watch. I'm looking, folks. I'm looking. I see people also ask, what is the movie Hamburger about? Well, that's what we're here to discuss. I don't really see a why to watch. That's a little disappointing. It got a 4.7 out of 10. I'm actually surprised that it's that well. It's spoofy. It's Police Academy. It's Police Academy humor. So if you like Police Academy, then there you go. That's exactly what you're getting here. Just a lot more sex, right? A lot of sexual stuff going on in this movie. Matter of fact, our main character has gotten kicked out of college because he ends up pretty much sleeping with everybody and anybody and jumps from campus to campus. And he has to have a degree, like I said, a diploma, in order to get a family inheritance. I don't know why I can't say that word today. So that's the story we're going with of why we're taking this path to make this movie. Let's talk about our cast. Randy Brooks is in this. It's weird, the the list of the stars, such a weird order here, because normally you go with your main star, but we got Randy Brooks in here. She's the wife of the guy that owns Buster Burger, and of course she's a hot commodity. I mean, she's scantily dressed through the whole thing, and one of the recruits that's coming in to Burger University, Buster Burger University, obviously has the hots for her, and there's a lot of sexcapades that goes on between the two, which leads to well, you don't get to see a sex scene, but they're trying to get it on in a helicopter. That helicopter is just sitting still, that nobody knows how to fly. Her husband bought it for her because he's, mega rich, and bought her a helicopter that nobody knows how to drive, and it just sits still. So a perfect location to go and get it on with a total stranger. And, in the process, you end up cranking the helicopter, and it goes up in the air, and then they're trying to land it, which they land on top of Dick Butkus's car, who's kind of the bad guy in this movie, named Druten. He's the just like in Police Academy, he's the guy that's trying to break everybody's balls, make them fail. He's in love with the owner's daughter, wants to get married to her, but she's falling in love with Lee McCloskey, who's our main character, which we all know Lee McCloskey, right? I mean, what's the list of movies we got here with Lee? The first thing I think of is Inferno, right? Argento. But he's been in a bunch of teen movies. Fraternity Vacation obviously comes to mind, which if you haven't listened to that episode, go back through the catalog here and find that one. That's a great 80s movie, by the way. So yeah, very familiar guy, especially us in the horror world too. Everybody else is kind of Chuck McCann, who's in a lot of comedy stuff from the 80s, well, the 70s and 80s. He was even one of the Fire Out Space Nuts. Was it that, or was he Reluctant Astronauts? One of those Sid and Marty Krofft shows, right? So this guy's been in all kinds of stuff from my childhood. Is there anybody else worth talking about? We said Dick Butkus. Can't really think of anybody else that really rings a bell. But yeah, if you haven't seen this one, tons of burger jokes. It's got a catchy theme song. America, you're getting burger hungry, hungry for the burger that makes you full. It's just fun. It's fun. It's cheesy. It's kind of passe. It's all been done before. Like I said, it's Police Academy. You get a group of ragtag people that are coming in that are all underdogs. They're the bad news bears, really. And, they are trying to get to where they can own their own franchise for Buster Burger. And they go through all these trainings, which is really kind of the best part of the movie, where, they've got the owner that's teaching them all these slogans that they have to learn to say to treat the customers. So you would think it would be about, treating them properly and stuff, but it's more like, you ate it, you pay for it, and it's all these things like that. Put those cookies back, mother effer, So, it's teaching them all the rudeness things, man. And I find that a lot of fun, right? This goes along with a lot of these kind of humor movies where it's very predictable. You kind of know where it's going. And like I said, it's Police Academy. Everything about this movie is Police Academy. Maybe a little bit of Smokey and the Bandit with Dick Butkus's car that's been smashed by a helicopter and now has no doors, no top or anything on it. So he's driving around like Buford T. Justice. The trainings, like I said, are just hilarious. You got they're learning how to use a burger machine to be able to do multiple things at the same time, and it's difficult or whatever. You got onionology, where they're learning how to cut onions and everybody's crying. I mean, it's all the typical things. Now, there is a scene that's a reverse police academy, because remember we talked about our main guy's wife, and like I said, she's kind of got the hots for this guy that's coming there, and they're at a Chinese restaurant, and the two guys, got Lee and then his buddy, who's kind of there to just make a quick buck and sleep with whoever he can, and they end up getting under the table because Dick Butkus comes in, and they don't want to be seen, first off because Dick Butkus hates them, but also the fact that the dude's wife is messing around with this guy and don't want her husband to know, because this guy is completely up the owner's butt, man. He wants to be as high up in the system as he can get. So the guys are under the table, and Lee's buddy notices that the owner's wife doesn't have any panties on, and things start happening, and again, it's Police Academy. So if you're familiar with the scene at the podium, this is just right. This is the right opposite. It's the same thing. It's just you've swapped the genders here. We forgot about Wayne main character. Chip Allister plays a character called Magneto Jones. Now, if you go back, it's strange because this movie is really pulling from several different sources, I think. You get the super nerdy guy that's involved that comes there, and he's got a little bit of a speech impediment, but he wants to be a part of the team, and the scientist there does an experiment on him and feeds him chicken sandwiches till the guy starts turning into a chicken. It's ridiculous, but it's in there. But Magneto Jones is just like in Meatballs 2, when the school bus is going to the camp and all of a sudden it gets pulled over by some police cars and they pull out a convict and put him on the bus. Same thing here. Magneto Jones gets brought in while they're doing their first initial lineup, where Dick Butkus is giving him a hard time, and they've got this guy handcuffed. They unhandcuff him and put him in the lineup and tell him that it's been frowned upon that there's never been an owner of a Buster Burger by a black person. So this was how they're going to fix it. They're going to force somebody to become a manager. Again, just strange stuff that now you just kind of go, what? But again, it's the 80s. That's what we're rolling with. Man, did y'all hear that car go by? That thing is loud. This is just goofy 80s fun that we're just not allowed to have anymore. There's a lot of stupid stuff in it, but there's a lot of laughs in it too. You also get the overweight guy that wants to be a manager, and of course Dick Butkus gives him a hard time. How can you be a manager when you're shaped like you are? You'll spend more time eating. He's no. I've got this thing, and the dude literally gives himself electric shocks to deal with his cravings. But it's not like a quick little thing. It's like he takes an alligator clip out, puts it on his pinky. Man, I'm having trouble speaking here. And hits a switch, and dude gets electrocuted for 10 seconds. And this is an ongoing gag through the movie. And the big finale is where this ragtag team gets to actually run their own store, and it's a test. And Dick Butkus sets them up for complete failure by sending in an eating club, which is a bunch of really, really overweight people, a whole busload of them, who come up and order 50 burgers and 25 orders of fries a piece. So trying to sabotage them, a biker gang shows up. They want to eat, but they can't because they've already sold all the burgers to all the other people. So the gang gets upset, starts busting up the place. There's a motorcycle cop that comes through the drive-through, and Dick Butkus has that system set up to his car to where he can interfere and take over taking the order. And he says a lot of rude stuff to the cops. Next thing you know, the cop comes back later on with his whole group of other cops. They come in, they start trashing the place. They end up giving all the heavyset people free milkshakes. It's got liquid laxative in it. And all at one time, they all get up and run to the bathroom, and there's, again, these terrible, terrible jokes that, now you just kind of go, wow. But they all go to the bathroom at the same time, which is basically just one stall. And there's a guy using the bathroom who's obviously a Japanese guy who has a camera around his neck. And when they all get in there, and they're farting all over the place, and lo and behold, the guy picks up his camera, takes a picture, the bulb flashes, and kaboom! The whole bathroom blows up. It's ridiculous, but it's the 80s. And, there's still something about this that's a lot of fun. I think because you already know how ridiculous it is, you're like, okay, let's just see how this plays out, because it's just stupid, right? Which is why it's on the show. But I still find a lot that I really enjoy about this. Is it as good as Police Academy? Yeah, I don't know. Is Police Academy really that good of a movie? I think in our memory, it's a much better movie than it really is. Till you go back and watch it again, you're like, oh, okay, that's really not that good. This is kind of in that same category, but I still enjoy talking about it because it is so bizarre. And I don't know. That's kind of my thoughts on this one. I give it a 3.5 out of 5. I enjoy watching this one. This is one of those movies that could really make me, I could either love it or absolutely hate it. And luckily enough, it just kind of works out where I actually like this one. So there you go, folks. That's my take on Hamburger, the motion picture. Let me know what you think. And, we'll see where this leads. All right, folks, we will check you later.